Three, two, one, live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Grounded, my live stream Q&A and podcast. If you didn't know, this is podcastable after the fact. You can watch it after, you can podcast it after, whatever you want. So this is episode 17. A few things I want to say before we get started. I always do a quick kind of little intro thing for the podcast people because they can't do it back and forth with me. It'll be super extra short today because I think we're just going to have a lot of Q&A on the full self-driving beta, and I want to get to that, and I'm going to be really happy with that. As I'm doing this, I'm going to finish one thing that I want to finish, but I wanted to go live so you guys weren't waiting too long for me. So I just want to post something to Twitter. A cool little screenshot, which I will tell you about in a second. Did somebody post the, no, you didn't. Does anybody have the link to the stream? Could you please put it in the chat for me so I can copy paste it? So the only things that I want to say really quick, let me say today is November 17th, 2020, podcastable, and that's about it. That's all I really need to say for this one. So I do have the full self-driving beta from Tesla. It is quite amazing. So I'm going to have a lot of fun talking about that with you today. I'm going to answer your questions as best I can. Nobody's given me the link. All right, well, let me get the link for myself. And then I can continue. I just have to type something up really quick on Twitter. Hello, everybody joining. Tesla Australia. You're the only one I saw. Hello, everybody else. All right, I got it. Copy link address. So sorry, one second. Okay. Okay. All right, done. I would check out that tweet. So basically what that tweet is, on my way home tonight, I went by a woman jogging with her dog, and it was dark out already. The sun had set. And luckily she was wearing reflective gear. I've seen her for a few nights and she wasn't wearing anything reflective, which is incredibly scary. And then tonight she was. And so I passed her. Full self-driving beta is on. I have, of course, hands on the wheel. And she is jogging by. She's on the opposite side of the road. No problem. The car does fine. It stays away from her. But at the last second, I noticed that she has a dog with her. And I don't know if it was on I couldn't see it. The dog didn't have anything reflective. You're supposed to have a reflective collar. And so the dog had no reflection on it. And I saw it at the last second. But I noticed, and you'll see in the screenshot that I just posted on Twitter, which I guess I can just link for you. The display was displaying both the dog and the jogger, the woman jogging. So that was incredibly impressive. This morning, I had a deer run out in front of me, nowhere near a collision, nothing that was needed to be done. I didn't need to, like if I was driving myself, I wouldn't have done anything. I would have just continued. I was going pretty slow and the deer was far ahead. But momentarily, for a few seconds, the display showed the pedestrian square. It's like a tall rectangle. That's how you know it's pedestrian. It showed that tall rectangle to represent the deer as it kind of went across the road. So does it mean it would have stopped? No, it doesn't mean any of that, but it does mean it recognized it was there. So it probably would stop. So that's super exciting. And it's working really well. So I just wanted to share that. So now I just want to, yes, reflective leashes as well. I just want to get into questions from you guys, respond to you guys. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little late tonight. There's just so much going on. The other thing I will mention, after the podcast is done at 10 p.m. tonight, so in 54 minutes, my next video is going live. It is the next drive, full self-driving beta drive 2. I take it to a Best Buy. Pretty busy parking lot, a little bit of city streets. Not like downtown city, but you'll see there's a good amount of traffic. There's pedestrians to tackle with, and it does a really good job. Of course, there's mistakes. It's not done. It's going to make mistakes, and that's why we're using it to report those mistakes. But it's good. It's a good drive. So I'm going back in the chat a little bit. I'm going to hit some of your questions. We already got a Tesla hater. Oh, thumbs down. Yeah, that's all right. They can thumbs down if they really like. Glad they didn't pick you for the beta test. Hi, did you test AutoPark from Elaine? I hope I pronounced that correctly. Did you test AutoPark and Summon with full self-driving beta? Did they improve it? I have not tested them yet. I'm going to do that soon. I will tell you that I don't think anything's going to be different with those, especially AutoPark. I don't think they've done anything yet. They're mostly focusing on the full self-driving on city streets. And even something like the highway, like nav on autopilot, like the public highway abilities are no different. It's exactly the same. It behaves the exact same. So I don't get something I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask, phantom braking. I don't get it. I never do, though. Sometimes I'll have some braking on side roads and stuff, I think from trees overhead. But on the highway, I can pretty much say never get phantom braking. I can't remember an incident where I was like, why are you stopping so hard? So yeah, I don't really get that, and I'm not getting it on the beta either. Blitz and kill should go to a road course and see how fast full self-driving can handle. It has a top speed of 65 miles per hour right now. So if you are off highway, you can't go any faster than 65. Like I said, once you get on the highway, it goes back to the public build. So you can go up to 90 like everybody else. Joe almost missed it. Okay, considering no clarification was made after I posted, I think just the YouTube. Oh, sorry. What's up, Chris? First time joining. Don't hate me. Hello, Speed Limit Reviews. I do not hate you. Welcome. Hello, fellow Michiganders. Love your videos. Thank you, Daniel. I should be doing my physics homework, but yeah, it's school from home. That's okay. Hey. Hello. Are you allowed to talk about the process? What process? Getting the beta. Okay, I guess YouTube was blocking the link when you guys were posting it. So the process of getting the beta, there's really no process. I got an email that said, would you like to join, which is the email everybody gets if they join early access. Would you like to join early access? And in normal conditions, you can't talk about it. So there are other people in early access that you don't know. And I don't know them either. But for whatever reason, this time Tesla said it's appropriate to, share videos and things. So, and you see a lot of them getting posted by a lot of different people. So I didn't do anything special. I am not a club owner yet. I am working on starting a Michigan club. Email me, dirtyteslayt@gmail.com if you want to join the club. You have to be a Tesla owner in Michigan with a car registered in Michigan. But I'm not a club owner. I just got an email. So I don't know if it's from people tweeting for me. I would assume that's part of it. I would assume because I have a YouTube channel, I'm kind of known. I know that Tesla knows of my self-driving videos, and they haven't really communicated with me, but I know that I know that they are aware of that. Same here. The Nexus. Oh, sorry, Blink. Hi, Chris. Glad to be with you tonight. Hello, Naveen. Yep, been emailing you, helping you with some stuff. I'm not subscribed, but I got notifications probably because my dad is subbed. Well, that's cool. You should subscribe. Okay. He probably has check. Yeah. Hi from North Korea. What's your words per minute? Dang, my words per minute typing is 120. Come on, full self-driving beta. When are the paid people going to get it? Public? I don't know. I would say it'll be ready in my guess. My guess is 2 to 4 months. Levon, thank you for the advice today. Oh, you're welcome. Levon's a new patron. Thank you, Levon. Really appreciate it. I love helping you guys out. So any questions you have, feel free. I do get patron messages or kind of, come straight to me. But if you email me and everything, I will get to you eventually. Okay, reflective. All right, I finally caught up. Any opinion on MCU1 failure? Yeah, I kind of heard about that, Murdoch. So that was a problem from older Model S and Model X, where some chip on there was failing. I guess some news came out about it's like a 30% failure rate or something, which is not good. But I think Tesla's replacing some of those now. I'm not really all that up to date on that. So somebody subscribed. Thank you. Okay. Let me, just leave that there. Who cares? Oh, yeah, I can do this. Yes, I didn't want to work the rest of the afternoon. Where do you see full self-driving needing the most improvement? Grid connections. That's a great question. So using it so far, I've been using it constantly. So I got it Saturday. So I've had it since Saturday. Today is Tuesday night. I used it Saturday. I used it Sunday. And then Monday and today I used it, of course, on my way to work and on my way home. But I also went out for lunch and drove around. I didn't go out to eat. I just drove around at lunch. And on my way home, I was driving all over the place, like on my way to try different things. There's not one thing I can like say, oh, like always at roundabouts it makes this mistake. It's mostly just it kind of goofs. It kind of goofs randomly, and luckily there's nothing where I'm like, oh my gosh, it was totally gonna, there are instances where if I don't intervene, sure, it may get into an accident or it may hit the curb or something, but it's not like I was seconds away and it was this dramatic, like, oh, thank God I took over. It's like, oh, don't do that. That's kind of the situations I'm finding. And they're all over the place and they're not too consistent, but I'm starting to notice a pattern in it not noticing certain things. But yeah, I can't really answer that. It's just, it kind of makes mistakes sometimes. And these guys are, why is this playing? Sorry, I gotta pause this. It kind of makes mistakes sometimes. I send the feedback to Tesla and they'll fix it. It's just weirdness in the code. So I wish I knew more about coding. I might be able to answer that better. Roundabouts for sure. So Brandon, Brandon M also he's one of the first ones to get the beta. So Brandon, pretty interesting for me. I have done, so my first video you saw, I did one roundabout and it screwed it up. Since then, I have done 5 more roundabouts and it did 4 of them with 0 issues. And one of them it messed up also. So most roundabouts I'm having a good time with. So I don't know why. Can you talk about the beta rollout? I talked about that. If you have more questions, keep asking. Hello, Donna. Welcome. What hoops did you have to jump through? Yep, I don't know. I have no tips for you to be a beta tester. It just kind of happened. When you get a chance, if you could answer my question in Twitter DM, speed limit reviews. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll DM you eventually. I really wanted to see autopilot initiated lane changes on Navigate and autopilot sped up. Yeah. Do you? Oh, Asimo, hello. Yeah, dancing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, big time celebration. Big time celebration. It was so getting the beta. I could not believe it. A lot of people were tweeting, and it was mostly lighthearted. Me kind of begging for it, kind of joking around, whatever. But I really wanted it, and I knew Tesla knows my channel. I know it because of some things I've seen, like Carpathy is the head of autopilot. He had used a picture from one of my videos in a talk he gave. Now, that doesn't mean he's like watches all my videos or something, but it was apparent. There was the bad example is I had somebody in early access let me try out Smart Summon before it was released, and within an hour of that video going live or 2 hours of that video going live, he lost early access. So Tesla knew, like, they're aware of my channel. So I was like, what? Not that I don't want anyone else to have it, but they know I do all these autopilot tests. They've seen them. Why wouldn't they want me? They know I'm a responsible driver. I'm always like telling everybody it's not full self-drive. It's not fully autonomous. You have to keep a hand on the wheel, blah, blah, blah. And then it did happen. So yeah, it was so exciting. I wish I had tips for people. I have no idea how you can get it, but it'll be public eventually. Do you think it's dumb driving on a very narrow mountain edge road on full self-driving beta with kids? With kids, maybe. If you're paying attention, it's not going to do anything. It can't. It's not going to do anything. You don't let it. That's the thing. Now, if you lean back and like look around, yeah, you're gonna probably have some trouble. But if you're using it the way you're supposed to at this point in time, you're not going to have any problems. Jim, current full self-driving brakes hard at stop signs and sometimes lights. Is this version more natural? Jim, yes, it is. It is much more natural, except you can tell when, and this is in the public build too, you can tell when a stop sign isn't mapped and it can't see it until it's almost too late. So I'm thinking of those little dancing guys. This is making me laugh. So that's the only time. Besides that, it's very natural most of the time. Like I said, it still has little hiccups here and there. I just have to keep saying this over and over again. It's not done. It's not done. For what it is, it's amazing. It's blowing my mind. I love it. I want to go drive right now. I'm not even kidding. I want to go out in my car and I want to drive and I want to write little emails to Tesla and say, oh, I experienced these things, blah, blah, blah. A lot of it's just, that's another thing I should address. A lot of complaints I'll make, or even just comments, not even complaints, but comments I'll make are personal preference. So if you are the passenger in a car and somebody's driving a little weird, you don't like it. It doesn't mean that they're wrong or they're doing something bad or dangerous. It's just different than what you would do, and you're not in control. So you're kind of like, ooh, why did that happen? I wasn't expecting that move, whatever. It's very similar with this. You're giving up some control, and the car maybe, for me, a lot of times it accelerates too slowly. But maybe I just accelerate fast. I'm sure if my wife was in the car and it did that, she would say, oh, this is nice. I like that it's kind of taking its time getting up there. It's not taking off like a rocket. So yeah, I think a lot of personal preference goes into the issues I point out. Do you think the option to set the speed limit to -% is dangerous? Whoa, I didn't know you can make it negative. Yeah, it's not dangerous so much. Nah, that's dumb. They should get rid of that. Speed limit reviews. Also, have you noticed if full self-driving changes the speed limit based on the zone it is in? Yes, it does. It does. So one complaint a lot of owners have right now is Teslas can read speed limit signs, but when changing zones, if you go from a slower zone to a faster zone, it won't increase the speed. And it's really annoying because you're going 30 and it bumps up to 45 and you have to manually change the speed. And you might have missed the speed limit sign or something. No, the full self-driving beta moves your speed around, and so I have it set to 7% over. So if I go from a 30 to a 45, it'll bump me up to, 48 or 47. So yes, and it's very good at it. Jim A, also on city streets now, it brakes late into curves. Does this anticipate curves and accelerate through the curve better? A couple of versions ago, Jim, it was really good. Like the public build was really, really good at, I have another disclaimer coming up, at slowing before the curve. Like it was a new thing they added and it was brilliant. And then it went away, and the beta is similar to the public build in that regard. It's still like will kind of go fast through a curve and then slow down a little bit after, which is goofy, and I've been reporting that. Another disclaimer. The builds, I just got it a few days ago, or on Saturday, like I said, but from what I hear, it's updating like once a week or every other week. They're sending out new builds. So anything I talk about today in this, you're watching the stream right now or in the future, or you're listening to the podcast, if it's more than a week after, it may be outdated. Anything I say that didn't work may be perfect in the next build. And vice versa, things that I say are perfect may stop working for a little bit. So remember that. My wife pumps the brakes, just Derek. My wife pumps the brakes through flashing yellow lights like the ones around a fire department. Has it figured out? Yes, just Derek. It does blinking yellow beautifully now. It kind of slows through them a little bit, but it's like it's almost appropriate. I mean, blinking yellow means caution, and yes, most people just ignore it. But no, it does blinking yellow pretty well. Joe, sweet. Hopefully you're in it for good going forward. Talking about early access. I would assume they'll remove me from it after this because I'm a YouTuber. If they want to keep me in it, that would be awesome and suck because then I couldn't share things with you. But I would be willing to do it because I'm like being really thorough in my feedback to Tesla, and I really want to make a difference, and I really want what I'm doing out there to help develop this so it comes to public faster and gets better and safer. So I'm more than happy to stay in early access if they want me to, but then I'm sure there'll come a time where they say, okay, you can't share this stuff anymore, which I would be okay with. How did you get full self-driving? I'll say it again. I have no idea. I just got an email. Excuse me. I got an email that said, welcome to whatever. Do you accept? And I said, yes, I do. So how much do you think this subscription will be? $150 to $300 a month. Somewhere in that range is my guess. According to Kelly Blue Book from Will, a used Tesla with full self-driving has a trade-in value of only $1,200 more than the same car without it. Is that real? Yeah, Kelly Blue Book doesn't really take things into account very well. I think, and to be fair, I don't know, but I hear Tesla doesn't really account for your full self-driving so much either because they don't really care. So I think to really take advantage of your full self-driving, if you have it for resale, you have to sell private. I really think that's the only way you're going to really get a good value for the full self-driving you purchased, especially if you purchase it early on. Well, either way, if you purchase it early, you'll maybe make some money on that option. If you purchase it late, then to recoup a good amount, you probably have to sell privately. Brian, really bummed not to be able to get hardware 3 upgrade due to COVID. Oh, Sorry, Brian. That is a bummer. You'll get it eventually, though. We're COVID light out of the tunnel. I don't want to talk about it too much. Let's focus on full self-driving. But my opinion, I think after April we're going to be pretty good. But I think until April we're going to be really bad. Dat Dude OJ. How much do you project full self-driving to cost once it's complete? My guess is between 25 to 50K. Asimo, let me finish that and I'll answer you, Asimo. Yeah, 25 to 50K. So complete, like it literally is level 5 autonomous with no steering wheel, and you can like, it can be 10 miles away and you can say, hey, come pick me up, and nobody's in it. I can't price that, and I don't think anybody can. That's invaluable, and that's at the point where individuals don't own cars anymore, because why would you own it if you can just, hey, car, come pick me up, and any random car that's close can come pick you up? I have no idea. I can't answer that because it's too crazy for me to even think about. Asimo, I think full self-driving subscription won't be money per month. You'll be paying more like, per mile. That's a good idea. Or another thing I've thought, which would be a great idea, is renting it like for a week or something, because you could have autopilot, and that's what you need for most of the time, unless you have like a lot of commuting on the highway. But then if you're going to go on a big road trip or something, you could rent it. That made more sense when you didn't have base autopilot, but that was another thing I've thought of. But yeah, paying per mile is not bad. Or they could roll it into the insurance somehow. There's a whole lot of things they could do with that. Money-wise, this company's killing it. Kevin Ray, are you seeing improvements in parking lot driving? That's a tricky one. Parking lot driving, well, I mean, right now it can't drive in parking lots, right? Yes, it will drive in parking lots, but it's not that great at it, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be using it in the parking lot. You can activate it almost anywhere, and it'll try to drive. And it will, you can see in my last video, it'll exit a parking lot, and it'll get to the road, and it'll look for cars. There's a little message that pops up on the screen, creeping forward to check for traffic. It tells you what it's doing. It's a little creepy, like when it's a little creepy when it's creeping forward. You're like, oh my gosh, are you just gonna dart out into traffic? But it tells you on the screen, I'm looking for traffic. That's why I'm moving forward. And so yeah, it does work. Actually, my video that's going live at 10 p.m. has some parking lot driving. So just watch that. It's in the middle-ish of the video. And it does pretty well. I have to take over, well, you'll see a few times. I'm curious if autopilot works in drive-through. Actually, Kevin, I tried that this morning. No, it did not. I've heard it does. I actually used to turn autopilot on just for fun before the beta in the drive-through. So I see we have a lot of people here. I just want to say hi to everybody. I'm trying to get to everyone's questions. I will answer you eventually. I have a new video going live at 10 p.m. So I guess we can keep the stream going a little more than that. Who cares? But I may try to cut off around 10. And full self-driving, I'm going to keep saying this because I don't want people to take it out of context. Full self-driving beta is not finished. It will make mistakes. Tesla is working on it. That's why it's not public. So I'm just going to keep saying that. I want that to be clear. I already get comments like, oh my gosh, this isn't that good. And I'm like, yeah, it's not done. That's why it's not on your car yet. That's why we have people. It's a lot of work. I'm trying to take notes. I'm trying to remember the time. I'm trying to really do everything I can to give them feedback. J Sal, hey Dirty T, is the home address per profile? My dad and I are splitting a fresh Model 3. That's cool. I don't think it is, no. But I don't know. Maybe someone else can answer that. The problem is you are not a full self-driving paid member. I don't know what that means, Paul. Speed limit reviews. The water cup is next. Oh yeah, everybody loves the water cup. No, welcome. Just got his second referral. That's awesome. Excited to see how those free supercharger miles show up. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats. I love those. Kevin Miller, we have the same name. Have you made it work to home, 0 interventions? No, I have not, Joe. I have not. But to be fair, work to home, I have been screwing around with it. I mean, like screwing around with it. Like, I make it take the wrong way so that it'll do more, like off-highway driving. So I haven't given it a chance for no interventions on the way home. On the way to work, I have made it to work with only 1 intervention, which was a personal preference, kind of. It definitely could have completed the maneuver that it was going to do, but I didn't want to confuse people behind me because it was being a little weird, and I took over. But then it made it the whole way to work. So I have had a 1 intervention drive to work already, and I've only driven to work 2 times. So it's pretty impressive. I need a bigger water cup. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could handle that. David, how have you felt about full self-driving beta handling this specific intersection case? Example, doing left-hand turns with a green light, but not a green arrow. It's nerve-wracking. Well, actually, I haven't even experienced it once. So in this next video, this is what I'm not looking forward to. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're cutting stuff. But I have to cut stuff because the files are too big. I was going to attempt it in this video, and I couldn't. It didn't get into the left turn lane when it was supposed to. So I got into the left turn lane, turned it on, and then it turned off, and I couldn't get it to turn on again. So I had to make the left turn myself. So I haven't really experienced that much yet. I think it did it once with no traffic around. But I will say it's very good at seeing all the cars around. I mean, you can look at the screen, and it's hard when you're driving to, of course, look at the screen, especially in that scenario, you're really looking for cars. But it sees the cars. It sees the cars on the screen, and it sees them far away. So one thing I've noticed that kind of relates to this is it will make right turns on red. And I have one intersection where you stop, and then it's really common. It happens to me almost every day. There's no cars, but then they start coming at you. I think because of the way the lights are timed. And my car got to the red. And at this point, I knew it would turn right on reds because I wasn't sure if that would happen, but it does. It began to go through. These cars start coming, and then it stopped. And it wasn't a huge slam the brake stop. It wasn't like those people thought I was going to come out in front of them. It was so natural. It was like a person said, "Oh, I can go now." "Oh, no, I can't." It was the thing is, I like this. I'm not a crazy person, but I will be in the car. The car will make some kind of right turn, and I'll just laugh because it's just so stupidly weird and cool. Like, it's just like, oh, yep. It's like somebody's driving my car. It's like somebody has a remote control and is driving my car most of the time. It's crazy. Did you know you can enter your own referral code? Yes, you can. You can use your own referral code. When's the next video? Next video drops 10 p.m. Eastern. So in 31 minutes. Have you heard from Tesla as to if they'll fix your peeling paint? No, they will not fix I have some paint. Oh, please tell me. Oh, I hate this stupid. I'm trying to, hold on. I try to get to all the questions and my chat will jump around. So I lost where I was. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nope. Here's where I was. When's the next video? Yeah. So I have some paint peeling on my rockers, and they said, yeah, that's from environmental damage. I don't know. It didn't seem like they knew me, but the guy specifically mentioned dirt roads. So I have to do that myself. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but, do you think it will release by end of this year? I think it's possible, but I wouldn't say it's a given. No, I wouldn't say it's a given, but I would say it's possible. Does the beta have any problems with left turn lights that are on a separate set of lights? Nope. I haven't had any problems with that. Hello from Kansas City. I own property just to the north of you. Oh, cool. Phantom. I own property that I'm sitting on right now. Bill. Hi. Trying to catch up. I hope phantom braking is fixed. And it reads, no phantom braking for me, and it reads signs better. I had one phantom brake, which is in the next video. I don't cut that stuff, guys. It's in there. And it reads signs better. It's very good at reading signs. I never had a problem, though, with the public build reading signs, but it's been perfect for me. You should make Uber ride videos with full self-driving beta. I probably am not allowed to do that. I'm not going to do that. How much do you think the full self-driving subscription will be? I said earlier, I assume 150 to 300. That's my guess. Hi, thanks for the response. Hello, Grid Connections. What areas do you think full self-driving does phenomenal? I don't know how to categorize that. I like the question. You want like a generalized, like, these are things it's good at. I don't know how to give you. So like highways, there's a lot of stuff. There's just a couple groups of things on highways. You could be like, oh, it's really good at making lane changes, and stuff like that. For city driving, it's just always different all the time. So I will say it's good at lane changes still. Even with other cars around, it does that great. Right turns are 95%. Left turns are like, I'm going to say 80%, but only because they're scary. So I think a lot of the times the full self-driving beta would make the left turn correctly. But as a human, I'll compare it to like I did before. If somebody else was driving the car and they started to go and I see a car coming, I'm going to, in my brain, I might not say anything, but I'm like, do you see that car? Like, you just think those things. So it'll start to go and I'm like, do you see that car? I'm just going to touch the brake. I'm not going to find out. So I think a lot of those scenarios, it would be fine, but I don't allow it because one, I want to be safe, and two, I don't want to confuse people around me or like scare that person that's coming. Other things, you got to give me some more specifics, but tight spaces, it seems really good. Changing the speed has been phenomenal. Like when speed limit signs change, it's been very good at that. Acceleration is a little slow for me, but again, personal preference. And it's not always. Sometimes it's great. Do you think there is off-gassing fog on the windshield in front of the cameras? I would think it needs to be cleaned periodically, maybe look at footage from Tesla Cam. I don't notice that at all. So it's possible, but I don't have a problem with that. I've heard some people. Hi, I'm your biggest fan from Singapore. Thank you. Asmo, it's like the biggest surprise gift ever. Yeah, it was crazy. It was great. Man, I'm always so behind. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of rapid fire here. I think full self-driving should not exceed 10,000 for personal use. If you want to access the robotaxi network, then you pay accordingly. I think that's great. Yeah, just pay a percentage of your profits or something. Then you could please let Tesla owner Silicon Valley beta driver to give up his kids for adoption. Oh, was he screwing around with his kids in there? Yeah, I had baby in one time. I took my wife Stephanie for a drive to check it out the day we got it. And, you know, baby was in the backseat. Like I'm saying, it's not going to do anything you don't let it. I said I'm going to go rapid fire. I just can't stop. I want to give you really thorough answers. That's the thing. I literally bought a Tesla because of your channel. Free marketing for them. Oh, thank you, Joe. It's awesome. Please test if full self-driving beta can see your giant baby. Giant hungry baby. I will. I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. Web plays. Full self-driving beta is better than anything else on the market, period. And it's the worst we will ever see it right now. It can only get better. Yes, that's such a good point. The comparison I've been making is when the car started doing its own lane changes on the highway, it wasn't that good at it. And it would like start to do a lane, like there'd be no cars around. It would start to do a lane change and then it would bail. It would start to do a lane change and then it would bail. And that was like maybe 60% of the time. Not that would happen, but it would bail. It would have a successful lane change like maybe 60 or 70% of the time. So you'd have like 20 to 30 to 40% bailing lane changes. Now, I haven't had that happen in months and months. So this is going to be the same. These little things that you see in the videos that are like kind of weird, they'll just be fixed. And that's why we're using it. I'm slightly confused. I thought you didn't buy full self-driving. You have it now. Okay, so if you've been with the channel a long time, which No is probably the only one who's going to need this explanation. When I bought my car, February 2019, I bought enhanced autopilot, which back then gave you everything. And then there was full self-driving for the future promises. Well, literally the day I bought my car, that night, Tesla changed everything. They made enhanced autopilot was 5,000 and full self-driving was 3,000 on top of that, so it'd be 8,000. They made autopilot 3,000. That's the base autopilot, and they made full self-driving, which gave you nav on AP and enhance and summon and all that. They made that 5,000, so it was 3,000 and 5,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got ripped off. I could have spent 3,000 because I didn't understand the things. Well, there was a very small window of people, an incredibly small window, that if they bought enhanced autopilot, they got bumped to full self-driving, and I just lucked out. So I basically paid 5,000 for full self-driving. And there were some people, yeah, so I was in that window. So technically I bought enhanced autopilot and they bumped me to full self-driving. James, I see an unfortunate flaw with the bumper in the winter build of Snow. I just think the bumper should have a defroster. Yeah, the Model Y has a heated bumper. And future Model 3s do as well. Will Arley, do you think Standard Range Cybertruck will get canceled? No. Maybe. I think the Cybertruck is going to have more range than what's advertised right now. That's what I think is going to happen. So I think standard range Cybertruck will probably be over 300 miles. That's what I'm thinking. Tesla, Australia. Swearing, I can't wait until they open the beta to right-hand drive market. Surely Australia will be up there with the first. Yep. Australia gets stuff at the same time as Canada. That's good. Canada's not usually far behind the US and when they get the new stuff. Michael. Does it still brake pretty hard for cars that cross in front of you? Nope. It doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, that is annoying. Actually, the last public build, I noticed that was better, but like way better, like really, really better. No, it doesn't. I haven't had it happen. Maybe it would do it, but it's not happening to me. And I have people. I've had a lot of that scenario. For speed limits, I have the problem where it can make the speed way too much. I don't want to go 50 in my neighborhood. I noticed that a little bit too. It seems to set the speed limit when it doesn't know to 25, which doesn't sound that fast, but like if you're in a parking lot, that's really fast. Or like I now can activate it in my driveway. I didn't think I could. It'll set it to 25. So I'm like, you gotta go crazy with that little scroll wheel. Oh, perfect. That's a big improvement on speed limit increasing. Does it read all the signs? I don't know what that means. It reads the same. It displays the same signs as the public build. Dax M. Hello, Dax M. Thank you. Charles, sup? Okay, you're answering someone else. You need a second car that is for early access only. Yeah, that's what's up. I can actually turn off the beta. So I have a toggle. And if, like, I don't know, why would I ever turn it off? If you can think of a scenario, I can turn it off and then I won't have the beta on it. I can just turn it on and off as I please. Jennifer, video idea, side-by-side comparison drive where you and someone with hardware 3 but without the beta take the same route. I actually did already, sorry, I do the mumbling thing. Sorry, podcast people. Do the same route with and without the beta. I didn't realize that I could do that toggling before I got it. And so when I knew I was getting it, actually before I knew I was getting it, I did this just in case. I recorded a route without it, so I could compare. Are you drinking ice? It's a lot of ice. Did you sign any NDA? Yep, there is an NDA. It's just not as strict as the old one. You don't sign it. You just agree to it. Distance instead of time would be interesting. Okay, talking about, wow, I must be really far behind. I will pay $10K for full self-driving up front and $0 a month. Yeah, I hate subscriptions too. I don't want to do that. How is 25K to 50K features? Thank you for all you do. You're welcome. Happy to help. Joshua, it is my understanding that full self-driving doesn't stay with the car when you sell. New owner would need to buy full self-driving themselves. That is not true, Joshua. There were some rumors spread. If you private sell, they get whatever options you have. End of story. If you sell it to Tesla, they will value it as if it is full self-driving, but for really cheap. They can remove it from the car, but then it's sold as not having it. That doesn't affect anybody. If you sell it to a dealer, it's not going to get full self-driving removed. So, yeah, that's not true. It would suck if the car that comes to you smells or is dirty. Yeah, that's a reason to own a car, right? Brian Joslin, I heard it's not a very good idea to buy a used Tesla yet. I believe it was due to how some treat their vehicles. I also believe the pricing as used is a problem. Yeah, used Teslas, especially Model 3s, are still pretty expensive. They're just, people want them. So, but you can find good deals. If you do private sale, I think it's pretty beneficial for both sides, from what I've seen. But I don't look at the used market that much. I do at Model X's. There are some good Model X prices. I think a year from now, when we get new Model X, I'm going to get an old Model X for super cheap. Ash build. Nexus, threatening subscription, probably got, people to buy it. Yeah, I'm sure that's part of the strategy. Like saying, oh, the price is going up, and then people buy it. They should have, if they want it. It's my opinion. Alex, from 1 to 10, how confident are you on the highway that it won't swerve into another lane? Like 9.999. I'm not going to close my eyes, but yeah, it's not going to do that. Why is full self-driving so expensive on a lease? Yeah, that's not a good idea. Pierrot, I think is how you pronounce that. Do you feel that the current version can make you complacent? Yes. That's hard to answer. Yeah, of course. Like, yes. That's my answer. That's how I'm going to answer it. I don't know what else to tell you. Jason, I plan on getting my Model 3 SR Plus refresh in a couple months. I am very excited for the heat pump and changes. You are very lucky. I live in NYC. Other than snow, SR Plus fits my needs. I will wait for full self-driving. 10K is a lot. Yeah, I don't blame you. Green Pad. Chris, congrats on getting full self-driving, and thanks for the thorough reviews. Now that you have it, what features are you looking forward to that aren't in full self-driving yet? It needs to do better in parking lots. I'm a little confused still as to am I supposed to be, like, when I set a destination, am I supposed to be like turning it on in the parking, like from my parking spot? It doesn't always let me, but a lot of times it does. So and then letting it navigate the parking lot, it doesn't seem very good at that. But at the same time, if you get it into a good spot in the parking lot, you can turn it on and it'll friggin' leave the parking lot. And, you know, it's in my videos. You'll see it. It'll leave the parking lot and it'll pull out of the parking lot and it'll go through the parking lot. So I'm not exactly sure what their expectation is, like where I'm supposed to be activating it. So in parking lots, it's a little rough. But again, I don't know if that's advertised. What features are you looking forward to? It does it does everything. It does everything. So I don't know what features I'm looking forward to. Just better at everything. Just be a, 40-year-old driver, not a 16-year-old driver, It's that kind of thing. It's very similar. I don't know what to tell you. It's impressive. And if you've been with me for a while, while I love autopilot and I use it a lot, I was skeptical on how this was going to happen and when it was going to happen. And level 5 and all that is a whole nother conversation I don't even want to talk about, and I don't know enough to talk. I mean, I'll talk about it, but not for today. It's a whole nother thing. For the car to be making all these turns, it did a Michigan left. If you know what a Michigan left is, it's in the next video. It does a Michigan left, which is basically a U-turn, just a little goofy. It seems to do everything. So it just needs to be better at everything. Are you going to drive on live? No, Hector, I don't think I'm allowed to live stream a drive. They didn't specifically say that, but I think I'm not. I'm not going to do that either way. Look at Navigate on Autopilot. When it launched in Australia, it missed every exit until a few software versions later. Full self-driving beta is no different, except you're getting teasers from testers. Franklin, can you, welcome Franklin, get the army on Twitter to support full self-driving beta Canada? Yes. Everybody tweet your heads off to we need full self-driving beta in Canada. If the borders weren't closed, I'd try to go over there, but yeah, we're not allowed. Canada will not allow us to come. We're banned. Canada built. I'll just shut up. Mario, have they touched Smart Summon at all? I haven't tried it yet, but I don't think so. I will try it for you. Jennifer, the Robotaxi Tesla network will change how people think about vehicles. People will think of cars as swappable items. It's so true. Okay. The chat messed up, but I highlighted where I was. I'm way behind. All right, like I said, rapid fire. Why do I keep there. Hold on. Oh, thank you, mother frunker. How do I hold on a second? This uses okay. How often hold on. Sorry, I'm getting lost with my stupid chat moving around. How far away do you think they are from a public release? I'd say 2 to 6 months. That's my guess, somewhere in that range. Smart Summon, was in the beta or early access for like a year, I think. So if they can't nail down some of the things that they're looking at, I mean, you don't know. Like they see some of the bugs we're reporting and they're like, oh, like I have to put a 0 there. I don't know. Other things, maybe they just can't nail it down and make it as good as they want. So it's hard to say, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Have you seen no difference with Auto Park yet? How often do you get out of here? What the heck? We got people in here. How well, Alan, not Alan, Elaine, I'm going to pronounce that. How well do you think full self-driving will work on roads covered with snow? I don't know. It works really well on the dirt roads, which I think is very similar. My biggest concern would be modulating the driving behavior to be safe on snow, like not accelerating as fast, not decelerating as fast. So I'm not sure, but as far as like pathfinding and where to drive, I don't think it would really have a problem. I mean, same, the philosophy is like same as you and I, right? I don't even need these headphones on, but well, they're on now. We need to get you the Starlink beta next. Oh my gosh, Joe, please. My upload speeds are so slow. I will be in the Starlink beta as soon as I can. Robert, the buyer of full self-driving assumes a lot of risk. The subscriber, no risk at all. While the system is improving exponentially, the subscription. Thanks for the solar videos. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Matthew Clark. Yeah, that's a great point, Robert. When you do the a subscription, you're not really risking anything. So yeah, full self-driving beta Canada. Don't forget everybody. Whereas when you subscribe, it's kind of like if you lose the car, you came out ahead. But if you keep the car for 10 years, you came up behind. It's just, risk reward, all those kind of things you got to try to balance. Has the wipers got any better? I remember 2 years ago I rented a Tesla. Major downside was the auto wipers sucked. The auto wipers are way better than 2 years ago. That's for sure. Yeah, they're way better than that. That used to be garbage. People still complain about them. I've had a really good time with them for about a year or so. And so far in the beta, I haven't had much rain. It only has rained one day, but it was perfect. I would call it perfect. I hate Phantom. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Here's the thing. I've gotten so used to hitting that little wiper button. You can just like click the little button for one wipe. That has become such an ingrained thing for me that I will do it and I won't even know I'm doing it. So to me, everything is perfect. When really I'm hitting that button and maybe I shouldn't need to do that, but yeah. So I think they're good, but a lot of people complain. I hate phantom braking when cars enter lane next to me. Yeah, so highway's the same. Yeah, I don't understand. I get that behavior sometimes. It doesn't phantom brake, I wouldn't call it, but it'll like track the car in the next lane and like want to stay behind it until I make it accelerate past it. So that's weird. It needs to be 99.99%. It needs to be better than people, like a lot better. Andrew, do you think they will expand full self-driving beta soon to more users? Canada for fall, winter maybe. I had heard they weren't, which obviously is not true, but I had heard they're not doing winter states. And now I have it. So I don't know. That's obviously not true, or I don't know if they made an exception for me or something. But they may wait. They wanted it to be public in December. So then it doesn't matter, right, where they put it. So I'm really not sure. Michael Fry, any interactions with intersections, blinking? Yes, yep, blinking, everything, it's perfect. I should stop saying perfect. It's not perfect, but it's very good. On blinking red, it treats as a stop sign, and blinking yellow, I've had it go through and not do anything, and I've had it slightly slow and then proceed. Not like get confused and do this kind of thing. It goes through a tiny bit slower, that's all. Keith, thoughts on solar roof versus panels? You can't get solar roof here yet. I would probably want that, but panels are cheaper and more like get you more power for the same price. So I don't care about aesthetics that much. So I'd probably just Dax. I'd probably just get panels, honestly. But the solar roof's really nice. Dax M, I'm your biggest fan from Canada. I don't think so. Very funny. Dimitri, is it better at crossing curvy intersections? I'm not sure I've experienced that much. I haven't had any problem with it crossing intersections though at all. Mother Frunker's my second biggest fan from Canada. I thought he was my first. Blinking yellows are good. Ricky, how much better is the stopped car detection when going at high speeds? It seems great. I haven't had any problems with that. I will check out Summon eventually. I will make a video. Murdoch Industrial, I described my Tesla Autopilot as a nearsighted driver. Do you feel like it is seeing further than previous versions? Yes, I do. I don't know if... So, on the public build, it doesn't display everything it sees. That's the thing. And on the beta, it does. So, you'll, like, be driving, and there'll be pedestrian, like, people walking, like, on the sidewalk, but, like, they're not even close to the road. And it'll display... I mean, so, like... I can't give you, I don't know, hundreds of feet away, and it'll display them on the screen. And maybe sometimes they blink a little bit, but it shows them. And same with cars. Crossing the intersection, it's like way over here, it displays it, and all the way across, it displays it, and then, all the way over here, it's gone. So it seems to see very far, but I don't know if that's just because in the public build, they just don't show those things. The car is always doing that, but it's just not displayed in the public build is my guess. Alistair, getting my Model 3 in a few weeks. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to stressing less about lane changes. Yeah, it'll be good. Michael, what are your thoughts on Dojo? I'm sorry, Michael. I'm going to kind of skip over that because that's like its own video, and I don't know all that much about it. I've been trying to read about it. Basically, like instead of people training the data, it's a computer that trains the computers. So I think if they do it, it's like revolutionary. And they'll take over the world with that. It sounds amazing, if I'm understanding it correctly. Robert, fellow Michigan Model 3 owner, all of a sudden my dash cam icon disappeared, but Sentry Mode works. Any idea what happened? So Sentry Mode will always stay there, even if you don't have a dash cam inserted, because you can enable it. So when even if it's not recording the actual footage, when people walk up to the car, it'll display the message on the screen to scare them. And then if the alarm goes off, it'll play the music and it'll do all that. It just won't record anything. So that's why you're still seeing Sentry Mode. Your card may have died. Sentry Mode is really, and dash cam are really hard on these cards. So try to reformat it. And if that doesn't work, you might need a new card. Bill, shouldn't you just let it do it and not be afraid that it will confuse other driver? The point is to see how it interacts with other cars. Yeah, Bill, I kind of struggle with that, and I talk about it a lot in my videos. There's an appropriate amount to allow it to do is going to be my answer to that. And I let it do what I'm comfortable with. I don't want to, it's not worth it to me to stress people out and make them mad. It means the car isn't behaving appropriately. It shouldn't behave in a way where another driver looks at it and is like worried about their safety or even just like confused. What was that car doing over there? It shouldn't be distracting them in any way. Yeah, I will come to Canada if 1, Tesla lets me, and 2, Canada lets me. I'll try it there. Why not? Harsamran, hello, welcome. I feel like most questions can be answered by simply watching your videos. Yeah, that's true, but I don't mind answering them here because I can go a little more in depth. I always am worried things get lost in the videos. Like, as you can tell, I explain really thoroughly, and I can't do that like live while the car's doing all this stuff. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea on some of this stuff. Daniel, sorry I am late. Just got a dream case ad. Oh, that's good. Cool. I'm glad to hear that you got a dream case ad. That's funny. Adnan, have you had any experiences when full self-driving goes around a parked car in your lane? Yes. Yep. I've done that a lot. It goes around parked cars like nothing. No problem. It's perfect. And I gotta stop saying perfect. It's very good. NPEC. Current full self-driving has a habit of braking unnecessarily. Yep, talked about that earlier. That doesn't seem to happen anymore. Motherfunker. Have you had any experiences when full self-driving goes around? Stop. They just want me to talk about Canada. Any phantom braking? I've had one so far, and it's in the video that goes live in 6 minutes. Has Summon improved? Haven't tried it yet. I don't think so. When do you think the robo-taxis will be available? Not for a while. Does it still aggressively center on merging lanes on highway? No, but that's not a problem. I don't know why it seems like I don't have all the same problems that people do. Maybe I just don't care. I know what you're talking about because it has happened to me on the public build, but it's not very often. So I will say no, it does not aggressively center. But maybe I just haven't been driving it enough to see that yet. And to be clear, the highway is the same as the public build. The full self-driving beta I have is only off highway that it does anything. Like the new graphics and stuff, they go away when I'm on the highway. We need to find out from Elon when highway autopilot will get the same rewrite. Yeah, we do. I want hands-off highway. I think we're pretty close to that. I wish they would just do it, but they must be scared or regulations or something. Mine does not see stop signs or lights yet. Well, it will. You got to turn it on in the settings. Hardware 4, thoughts and rumors. It's coming. I mean, they're never going to stop making better stuff. My car is hardware 3 and it's doing all this stuff. Will it be retrofittable? My guess is no. And I think it'll be better. I don't know how, but it will. I mean, there's a new radar coming too. Any ideas on progress towards a wide release? 2 to 6 months. That's my guess. Can it read signs like no right turn on red? I don't know. It doesn't display them, but yeah, I'm not sure. Intersections don't show. What does that mean? Intersections show for me. Great. Devin, I guess you aren't allowed to say, but what in the world does the NDA not allow you to show? It's not so much about like, don't show these specific things. It's just, yeah, I obviously can't say. It more applies to like before the beta when people weren't allowed to talk about anything. They should really make it so that full self-driving can transfer to another car. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how I feel about that. I think for like a fee, they should let you do it. Exciting, because it keeps people like in the ecosystem, right? Like if you get another Tesla right now, you could spend $1,000 and we'll transfer your full self-driving. But if you get another car and come back, then you got to pay the full price. I think that would be awesome. David, exciting time for the stock. Yeah, but saw the media picked up Tesla Q narrative that the S&P 500 adding Tesla is the top. Hope S&P decides to add all in one shot. Yeah, I did want to mention that, but I think people more want to talk about the beta. But yeah, S&P 500, great news. About time is what we should say. Why to release before January 1st? I don't know about that. It's possible, but if it got delayed, I wouldn't be surprised. Free Kekistan. I heard Elon makes you send nudes for full self-driving beta. True or false? No comment. Joe, I really want a Model Y, but no way I'm paying for full self-driving again at 10K. Nope. I locked in Cybertrucks, 2 of them. The mid-range and the long-range at $6,000 full self-driving, or $5,000, or $7,000. So speed limit reviews. Thanks for always helping the community. I truly appreciate it. You are very welcome. Thank you. Dave, Tesla is going to offer to buy all of the cars back with the latest hardware that supports full self-driving. Yeah, it's possible. Eternal. In Quebec, people are so into wrapping their Tesla. Is this something that is done all around the U.S. as well? Yeah, people seem to do that. I don't. I think it's a little too expensive, but I'm cheap and I don't make that much money. So maybe if, I made double the money I made, I would wrap all my cars. Who knows? Somebody texting me. Guys, I'm busy here. All right. Don't do it, Asimo. Don't do it. Wow, that's from a long time ago. I said I was going Rapid, but I'm not. We're getting an X. You can't stop me. I want a Model X so bad. I know. And especially getting a used one, probably not a good idea, but I want it. New video goes live in 2 minutes, so I may end this, but I have so many questions. All right, not that many. Here we go. Rapid speed. Oh my gosh. What the heck? I'm behind. Bought a Model Y with full self-driving for 8K. Took delivery after it went to 10K. Oh, nice. It's like the opposite of a Simple 3, Asimo. Yeah, it would be our second car, that just a round town car. My friend got a Model 3 for 27K. It's a great idea. Shiv, I know this is super dangerous, but have you tried covering up the cameras? No, I have not. I will probably try that. When you say next year you will get a Model X, you want one that's upgradable to full self-driving? No, it wouldn't have full self-driving. I don't care about that. It would just be like our second car. That's why I would want an old, cheap, used one. I've seen the Tesla avoid debris on the highway without leaving its lane. Yep, I've shown that, and the beta is very good at detecting things in the road and avoiding them. Beta is currently getting its ultimate safety test, as left turns at traffic lights account for 70% of accidents. I know. Yeah, I know. I kind of thought they would release it with no left turns, only right turns. Does your car have a lot of rattles? No. There's one rattle that comes and goes sometimes, but no, it doesn't. When the car's level 5... main cameras get blocked with snow. What do you think it will do? It will explode. No, they're gonna have to have the cameras are heated actually, so that's not gonna happen. I'm ready to make my car start delivering pizzas. Yep, complacency is the issue I have. Yep, I hate driving automatics as I fall asleep. Oh yeah, don't do that. Turn the radio up and roll the windows down. With no lane lines, it's confused. Not the beta. Auto park needs some serious work. Yes, it does. Feature I would look forward to is removing the steering wheel. Can't wait to see a Michigan left. Yep, that's coming up right now. The video's live. Oh my gosh, is everybody going to leave me and watch that video? You can if you like. I'll wrap up. I'll give it another 10 minutes. Let me catch up, and then we'll say goodbye. How did you get into the beta? I don't know. I just got an email, and I'm in. Are you afraid sometimes when it gets close to objects? No, it hasn't got that close to me for stuff for me to get scared. Yeah, no. If it got close, yes, I wouldn't like that, but it hasn't. I haven't had that happen to me. Curious how you got the name. Oh yeah, from Michigan. Yeah, I don't know why it's called Michigan Left. I have no idea. That's what we call it here. Oddly enough, within 5 minutes, the Tesla showroom, I did a test drive. Yep. Oh, Chuck also has the beta. He tried Smart Summon today and it wasn't any better. Yeah, I don't think they updated that. They're focused on the city street stuff. How did you get into the beta? I don't know. I'm doing a trade-in. Do you think 2K increase full self-driving would increase my previous appraisal? Probably not, but you can try. Full self-driving is 10 years away. Level 5. Yeah, maybe. Matthew, you're welcome for the solar videos. Full self-driving will not happen. The government is investigating Tesla due to touchscreen problems. Sanction on the Tesla may happen. No, that won't happen. Devin, obviously they're focusing on full self-driving right now. I doubt we will see much improvement in Smart Summon and Auto Park. Yep, they're not going to mess with that. I would have expected the new features to take a year to reach the rest of us, but during Tesla got the beta, that really made the release feel pretty wide already. Yeah, because I'm Not seen your new video yet. Also in Arizona, we call it a Michigan left too. Yeah. Oh, you do? Oh, that's so funny. In Arizona, you call it a Michigan left. Well, maybe it started here. I don't know. Did I put the wrong date for my video? Let's see. Yeah, it's there now. It just went live. Yeah, that's so weird. In Arizona, you call it that. Yeah, because I'm just some guy. I don't have any special agreement with Tesla or like some special connections, or it's just they sent it to me. And yeah, I have the YouTube channel, but it's not even that big. It's not like I'm MKBHD or something. My Model 3 is an October 2018 build. I'm excited to see what it's like in the snow. What were you going to say about Tesla stock? Yeah, it's sweet. I don't know. Just buy some and don't worry about it. Only get a solar roof if you need a new roof. Yeah, that person said they needed a new roof. I never heard that, but I was guessing what others thought of the solar roof. The worst thing for me is stop signs which don't have a clear white line on pavement. It's several hard stops. Start stops as it gets closer. Yeah, that doesn't happen so much, but I noticed that if it doesn't have a really good white line, like if it doesn't have a white line, it'll stop a little far back. But then it has the creeping to look for traffic, so it'll kind of creep up and look around, and that's good. But it doesn't do the starting stopping that I've noticed yet, so that's good. If you install US software and took it to the UK, would the software adapt? I have no idea. I know supercharging doesn't work. What are your thoughts on them offering a monthly subscription for autopilot? Not for me, but some people want it, so yeah, why not? Not full self-driving related, but I watched a video you did with a guy that had the acceleration boost. What did you really think? Was it really faster than stock? Yes, it's faster than it was a huge noticeable difference. My reaction in the video was not fluffed up or anything. It's just, I felt a huge difference. I've heard from some people they buy it and then they return it because they're like, yeah, it's not that different. I thought it was big, like the 0 to 30. I thought it was big. Above that, it's not that different. I love early warning and braking. That cup is huge. Also, how does beta handle it when right turn is not allowed? I don't know. Maybe it sees a sign. I don't know. Does full self-driving constantly fail or pass at the same locations? No. Yes and no. Yes and no. Some locations it'll constantly fail. Some locations it'll just mess up randomly. How many disengagements per mile? Less than 1 per mile, I would say. It depends on what you're doing. If you're in like a really dense downtown area, it's probably more than 1 per mile, but if you're like in a less dense city area, then less than 1 per mile for sure. Sentry mode drive failing. Try rebooting. Okay, as full search. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so far behind. I hope the people who I'm answering haven't left. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Full self-driving and scaring people. Couldn't you put a sticker stating full self-driving beta tester? Most people would notice that, a sticker, and I don't want people to notice it and then try to mess with me, to be honest. At what point will Tesla be pursued for monopoly behavior? Maybe like 5 years when all the other automakers are out of business because nobody wants their stupid cars. Will self-driving beta swerve not to hit objects like animals? I believe it will. Have you tried summon is not different? Oh, stupid chat. Oh my gosh. Rapid speed. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I'm that far behind. No, I'm not. It messed me up. Oh good. I'm not that far behind. Sorry. This chat. I hate that it moves. YouTube has to fix that. Jason Raznick says hello. Hello. Centering issue happens to me all the time. Looks like I'm drunk. How's your full self-driving? It's amazing. Happens to me when there is no dash lines. Merging lanes. I'm going to skip some of the older stuff. The one thing I hate is the right lane disappears. The car wants to move right. Yeah, that doesn't happen so much anymore. It does a little bit, but it's kind of fixed. My dad's birthday, 4 days, 96 years old. He wants to see Cybertruck. Woo, he's all right. Always had Land Rover Defender. He will love Cybertruck. When do you think we'll get version 11? I would think by Christmas. It's kind of what they did last year. I bet that's what they're aiming for, but we'll see. Does regen only have one option now? I don't know. I'd never change it anyway, and nobody ever should. You should never change it to low ever for any reason. Level 4, full self-driving with no left turns. Yeah, that I could see it. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, imagine you just get to chill there. Who cares? Who cares if it has to, take some weird right turns all over the place? Do you think it's fair that Tesla raised the full self-driving price to 10K? Yeah, they could charge 100K if they want. It's theirs. Everyone, don't forget to thumbs up. Oh, thanks. Has the car's reliability lately? Reliability is good. Mostly I'm going to answer full self-driving here. Oh my gosh, I'm trying, everybody. I feel like they should have at least waited until full self-driving was out of beta for the price increase. I kind of agree with that, but whatever. Everyone liked this video. I'm reading comments. I'm not saying that. Oh, did I catch up? Oh, I caught up. All right. The new video just appeared for me. FSD. Yeah, if Marquez wants to hang out, he can try out my full self-driving beta. Please, somebody hook me up with that collab. Alan, what about intersections with 4 stops and other cars? 4 stops have been fine. Yeah, haven't had a problem. I talked about disengagements. YouTube, what are you doing? Not seeing this new video. Is it time zone based? Can't be. Do you see it? I can just link it to you. Let me link you the video. Copy link. Here it is. Boom. Tell me if that works. Works for me. Whoa, what? Oh, what? What? Tell me if that works. What the heck? I might have just set the wrong time on it, to be honest. Yeah, it has 113 views. Yeah, people are seeing it. That's weird. That's really weird. Yeah, I'm about to wrap up here, so if you want to go watch that, no problem. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Thank you for being here. I'll finish the last questions and we'll go. What does the new NDA not let you discuss? I'm not talking about that. Come on, you want me to get kicked out? Any opinions about the latest UI? I love the new UI. I'm going to make a video with a full overview of it in really good quality. It is beautiful. How long before Tesla adds cars back instead of boxes on the UI? That'll be public. I don't know. I don't really care about that, to be honest. Rainy, I imagine this has been asked, but over the past couple days, how much do you need to intervene? Yep, I talked about that. Dubs says DT. What up, Dubs? Let's all suggest that full self-driving stays with us when purchasing works. I will watch tomorrow morning. Thank you. Thank you. You can watch whenever you want. Your link works? I can't see the vid in your video feed. What the heck? Come on, YouTube. They're trying to kill me here. You got a notification. Other people can't see it. Better yet, my dog's all lighted flashing collars. That's awesome, Ari. Ari is my dog's name. Keith, it's up for me. Going to watch now. Later. Are you charging Model 3 directly against solar? I try as much as I can, but now there's not much. Bye-bye. Bye, Asimo. Thank you so much. What's your favorite model from Tesla? Model Cybertruck and X and Y. Different colors, so I know which one is which. Let them loose. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I've seen those. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Go check out the new video. I'm paste it again. I hope you enjoyed. Loved answering your questions. We'll do this again soon. I really appreciate it. And comment on other videos and stuff, and I'll answer you. DM me if you want. Have a good night. Peace.